Hi Taurus, how are you? Welcome into your mid-December 2023 money and career tarot reading. I hope all is well in your Taurus world. But we're going to jump into the Gilded Tarot Royale and see what the remainder of the month, the remainder of the year has in store for us. So let's do one more shuffle and we'll get right into the cards. Oh, I did get a couple messages before beginning your reading. One of which was your money will be fine. Okay, money will be fine moving forward if you're concerned, maybe a bit tight on it at this time, horrible wording, a bit strapped for cash, but I feel like all the meanwhile, money is going to be fine moving forward. There is, okay, I'm going to speak up on the split deck in a second. The other message was, have you been wondering if you're meant to be rich? The answer is yes. I loved that message. It was very specific. If you've been wondering if you're meant to be rich in this lifetime moving forward after a certain point, or just in general, the answer is yes. You might be reminded in general if you already determined or came to a conclusion that you were meant to be rich moving forward, just felt it. But it feels like the majority of which, excuse me, the majority of which who will resonate with that message, you've been wondering, and the answer is yes. But we have the Hanging Man and the King of Swords of the split deck, if I could speak. You being a very wise, knowledgeable individual, someone with intuition through the roof, somebody who is naming things often, speaking the truth. I feel like you could be, speaking your own truth, speaking other people's truth, and I feel like you might be the voice of honesty and peace within a situation. Okay. It feels like the way you get things accomplished as well is very much more efficient than other people in that work environment or other people that do what you do in a similar sense. But going back to the split deck, it feels like there's an adjustment in perspective, something you've made your mind up on or want to continue. We need to change your mind. Okay, this process might be continuing, stepping into the remainder of December, but you're not seeing everything that Spirit sees, that we see. You're not intuitively picking up on everything, because Spirit that's meant to push you to not take that opportunity or to switch it up and make a change moving forward, to see the truth within the future or the potential of something. Okay. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, if you're looking for a job, you're getting one in the remainder of the year. I do feel like if you're looking to get a business off the ground, that's taking place quite smoothly and organically in the remainder of the year, but more so stepping into the beginning of January. It feels like you know what you're doing. And if you don't fully in certain other ways, or when it comes to certain factors of your money and career, you're going to figure it out, right? The future is bright is the vibe, but there are certain stresses that you do currently deal with at home and or at work. Maybe a sense of lack for some, or just want and need moving forward. But I sense that you need to allow for yourself to be separated, or just separate yourself in general from that stress and take a look at the bigger picture. Things are going to work out. Again, you're meant to be rich, and I feel like there's an immense amount of success with your career lying ahead, for some of which is right around the corner, and you just need to keep moving forward. You need to bring back that hope or keep it alive and recognize that you're very much watched over, protected, and you will successfully protect the future of something all the meanwhile, if that pertains to you. But there's part of you that's thinking about endings, all right? Thinking about change. This came up in the very beginning of Leo's reading. You want to see the changes from the past pay off to your advantage currently, and more so moving forward, in Spirit saying, well, let's watch that happen. But are we noticing it in certain ways that aren't as obvious? It feels like when you're seeing things come to be quite easily in the remainder of the month, the remainder of the year, it reminds you why you made a change. It reminds you why you, whether it's how you accomplish something, how you approach something, maybe an environment change, it could have been a financial change. It feels like something's working to your advantage. But putting those two heavy energies aside, the Empress card, this could be talking about that new job we were speaking upon, or that new business, for some of which the brand new or returning entrepreneur is drawn to the reading. But I do feel like for some of which this is something to put your money towards. Bear with me as something fell. Whew, that scared me a little bit. The Empress is talking about, for you in that sense, giving birth to a new investment. I mean, either way, even if it's, say, a new job or a business, you're investing your time, your energy, and your resources all the meanwhile. But it feels like the wheel is churning in your favor. I'm getting very much a Wheel of Fortune kind of vibe from this as things fall into place for you. And they're saying, look at the open walls of this boxed in imagery. You're not locked in, you're not boxed in. Even after, maybe after a certain point, you won't be. But in general, it feels like you're being reminded as things fall into place. You have the choice, you have the opinion, and it just feels like there's new fruitful energy in the remainder of the month, and it's all going to start to, I'm hearing, sprout and blossom and give you what you deserve, and see things head in the right direction by the end of the year, and more so stepping into 2024. As I shuffle really weird the Queen of Wands, it feels like you're very, very passionate about what you do, what you're wrapped up with, this job, this business. You may have a reigniting of a sense of passion, that spark of passion once again with something you're continuing or maybe returning to. I do feel like you are embodying this passionate, I want to say analytical, but flowing way about you as you prepare for the future and embark upon something new once again, even if it's within something continuing. I do feel like you're going to learn a lot about yourself in the remainder of December about when it comes to, through working or through accomplishing, maybe through getting that new situation, or I want to say little things like cleaning up, tidying up. You're going to be learning about how you're changing through one, if not multiple situations stemming from or tied to your money and career. Anyways, the Strength card coming out because I feel like there are moments when you feel lack of strength, but you push forward either way, or you're strategic and you hold back. And Spirit saying, when you're feeling an immense amount of strength, why is that? Okay. Interesting, as I was speaking upon that, I had my arm on the table, not wanting to sort of hold myself up, but it feels like there's a strength that you're providing other people, whether it's in that work environment. It could be your advice, your intuition coming into play. It could be your work helping people dig for or grow that strength within. And it feels like you're thinking about travel. Okay, maybe recent travel, rewinding back, but it could be future travel. You may be thinking about whether or not something's meant to last as long as you thought, and Spirit's saying if it feels right, then yes. Okay. The Nine of Wands, because it feels like there's part of you that's a bit tired, a bit burnt out. There's factors of your day-to-day life, say what you accomplish for work and who you have to deal with, what you accomplish at home, errands you run. It all leaves you feeling less energy within you, an empty battery or partially, but Spirit saying, why are we still motivated? Because things are working out for you, because you're seeing results due to your hard work, due to, in some scenarios, putting yourself into the state of being. But it feels like you're thinking about your choices when it comes to your money and career, what you've decided to leave behind, embark upon, wrap yourself up with, continue, commit to. And Spirit is saying you're making the right choices. Why do I feel like this has come up in your readings, or one in particular recently before? But there's a feeling of you thinking about savings, or lack thereof, which maybe implementing, coming up with a goal for yourself, if not multiple, or thinking about how to reach your current goal that you already have. Let's pull a couple more. The number 6 and the number 3 coming into play, and they're saying the number 63. Interesting. Look up that angel number meaning. The Sun card and the World card, both major arcana, being 4 major arcanas on the board. A lot of powerful manifestation and transitional success taking place for you at this time, but they're saying more so moving forward. Your world is changing because you're putting in the work. Your world is changing because of inevitable twists and turns that have come up recently or are at this time. And it feels like you're naturally applying levels of adaptability to certain little twists and turns, maybe small obstacles, bear with me, slip-ups even, and I want to say delays. When you feel like something is being you're being pushed away from something, right? An accomplishment. It's like me with these readings. If I can't get it done, I'm not going to keep forcing it 1,000 times. It's just not the moment for one, if not multiple reasons. They're saying there's something else that needs your focus at that time, and you will come back to whatever that is for you if you're meant to accomplish it in general, which I'm sure you are. But it feels like you're being reminded completion leads to happiness from the past, currently, and more so moving forward. Your choices are paying off. There's a sense of you giving a vibration off that leaves you with more. Let's just leave that open for interpretation, because there's more than one meaning to the word more that I just said. Anyways, but I feel like you're ready to leap into even more new experiences when it comes to, okay, spending money, making money, and just becoming more successful. It feels like you're ready energy, I want to say motivation wise again, but at times not fully or at all energy wise. But I do sense that you are very much giving off this radiation that's leaving you with more success, leaving you with more money at times. And I wouldn't be surprised if the entrepreneurs drawn to the reading, if customers and clientele, at least a couple, are coming on back around, and new ones, of course, in order for you to make more, succeed more, and impress through it all. It feels like you very much have levels of experience and or that intuitive and or just natural knowledge to make it big, to go the distance. That came up in Leo's as well. Watch their reading. You might be reminded that what's at hand isn't enough after a certain point moving forward. That could be a job, that could be a business, it could be where you live. It's not going to be enough for one, if not multiple reasons. Look at that. Because after a certain point, things won't fall into place as they're meant to. Everything has its place, its time period, and its beginning and inevitable ending, right? But the Six of Pentacles, beautiful. Lots of abundance, my friend, raining on in. But I feel like you're expecting or being pushed to expect way more abundance moving forward to lead to true gratifying states of prosperity, okay? I feel like there are people needing your assistance, needing your money, maybe needing your voice of reason. And I want to say you're a very intuitive sign. Your intuition is going to be needed from you naturally, and from other people. But I feel like there's thoughts of what you've cut out, what you want to cut out, or what you should be. And I feel like there's a lot of hopeful protection flowing around you. I feel like what goes around comes around is coming into play as well. It feels like where you've assisted people previously may come back to benefit you, and that may be part of the abundance you're experiencing at this time. It feels like there's thoughts of control, lack thereof which, savings, or lack thereof which. But I feel like all the meanwhile, what you don't see coming is purposeful, okay? Keep, they're saying, riding the waves, marching to the beat of your own drum, and putting in that passionate effort towards what you want to see successful, what you wish to see come to be for you, and change for the better. It feels like you're going to be seeing, okay, a guard outside of you start to slip by the end of the month. Very interesting. We need it to be released from your presence and way of accomplishing before the new year begins. But to wrap this up, it feels like a lot of honesty is coming into play. Your voice is very, very important. Music might come into play as well. Imagery, pictures, stuff like that is also coming through message-wise, but it feels like you're expecting a tower moment. Be careful with that. If you know wholeheartedly, concretely that this is meant to be, then that's amazing. Move forward, prepare, and manifest more success after that. But for some of which, this is a question mark for you. You don't want to lose the situation, at least not yet. Don't manifest this sooner than it's meant to be, okay? Try to, again, have hope, okay? There's a conversation, if not a couple of true importance in the remainder of the year for you. But to wrap this up, my friend, a world evolving time for you where you're getting a lot done, accomplishing a ton, receiving even more. And all the meanwhile, they're saying with the Six of Pentacles, to wrap it up, abundance, abundance, abundance. to prosperity. All right. So this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of your month and year, and I'll see you next time, Taurus.